Hello students, welcome to the online classes of English Literature for BA Part first year. Now as you all are new in this college and many of the students must have opted for English Literature for the first time. So for the sake of basic information, I am sharing this video today. Now for the students who are from literature background and who are from the non-literature background, I would like to begin by stating that when we talk about literature, in simple words, I always explain literature as the mirror of life. Literature is one field wherein we see the various aspects of life. We can easily relate with literature because somehow, somewhere, we find glimpses, we find impression of our life in the various forms of literature. Now, in order to understand how your syllabus has been designed, you need to understand one basic thing. Just like all the subjects, English literature too has its own history. Okay, so when we talk about the history of English literature, we get to know that the entire literary period, the entire literary history has been divided into various literary eras or periods. Now, you know why it has been divided, there's a reason behind it. When we switch from one age to the other, things change. The trends change, the social, political, economic setup changes, and the way the writers present themselves, those trends changes. So due to these variations, it was decided that somehow it was necessary to draw a line of demarcation so that it becomes convenient for people to understand the various eras, the various periods of literature, to understand the development and growth of literature, to put it in simpler words. So, in order to understand the evolution of literature, it has been divided, the history of literature has been divided into various periods. Now, when we look at these ages, we get to know that the syllabus of Kota University for the undergraduation has been designed in a manner that the ages have been, they have been divided in such a way that in all the 3 years, first year, second year and the third year, you get to know the prominent ages of literature. Okay, so when we are talking about the syllabus of BA first year, we have Elizabethan age and the new classical period. Okay, when you will move on to the second year, you have pre-romantic age and romantic age, and in the final you have Victorian era and the modern period. So this is how the syllabus has been designed. Now, keeping in mind the syllabus of first year, how it has been worked out or how it has been planned and designed, the simple way is that the ages which have been picked for BA first year, that is the Elizabethan era and the neoclassical age. So the syllabus has been designed keeping in mind these two ages. So you have the writers, the prominent writers, be it the poets or the dramatists or the prose writers or the novelists. So you have prominent writers from these two ages in your syllabus of first year. Now coming to the syllabus, you have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Now talking about paper 1, the first paper is of English poetry and drama. Okay, drama is play. So English poetry and drama covers the two periods, Elizabethan period and the neoclassical period. Okay, so here you have the poets and the dramatists from these ages. You have Spenser, Shakespeare, Donne, Vaughan, Marvell, Milton, Dryden, Pope, Shakespeare. Okay, so you have 5 units. Clear? The first, second, and the third unit is completely comprising of poetry. The fourth unit has the play by Shakespeare, that is As You Like It. Now, the fifth unit, which is quite important, and this is the unit wherein you have the two literary periods, Elizabethan period and the neoclassical period, and along with these two periods, you have a prominent feature of this age, the neoclassical period, that is the metaphysical poetry. Okay, now along with the literary history, these ages of literary history, you have one more aspect attached to it, and that is the literary terms. Now, what are literary terms? Literary terms are devices which are used by the writers of English literature to beautify the language, to make their works more impressive and appealing to the readers. So, literary terms are very important, and for to understand the basic history and the literary terms, you have a book, Glossary of Literary Terms by Amich Abrahams, which has been recommended to you in your syllabus too. So you can say that Glossary of Literary Terms by Amich Abrahams is considered to be the Bible of English literature, wherein you get to know the various ages also in brief, and along with the ages you get to know the entire literary devices. Maximum devices have been covered in this one book. Okay, so I think now it is clear to you that in paper 1 you have poetry and drama. Along with poetry and drama, you have your ages, which have been picked from the literary history, and you have some literary terms. Now, these literary terms are the ones which were used by the writers of these two ages, Elizabethan period and the neoclassical period. Only those literary terms have been included in your syllabus for the first paper. Now, coming to the weightage that will be given. Now, the entire poetry section and the play, the drama, which has been prescribed for you, which is there in your syllabus. So, this entire portion is for detailed study. It is mentioned here in your syllabus that these are for detailed study. Detailed study means you will be getting extracts from these poems and the play. You will be getting extracts from them for reference to context in your exams. Clear? Now coming to paper second. The second paper is of prose and fiction. Prose means you will have essays and a few stories, and fiction means you will be having a novel. Now prose, all the essays which are there in your paper, these are again the essays written by the main essayists of the two ages, the Elizabethan age and the neoclassical age. So you have essayists like E.V. Lucas, G.B. Shaw, Haldane, Priestley, Livingstone, Huxley. Then you have 6 stories also along with these essays. You have 6 essays and 6 stories. Okay, so you have first 4 units. You have in total you have 5 units. The first 2 units comprise of essays. Next 2 units, that is the third and the fourth unit, have stories. The fifth unit has the novel The Bachelor of Arts by R.K. Narayan. The novel is not for detailed study. It is for non-detailed study. It means you are not going to get reference to context from the novel. You are going to get only questions from novel. From essays and the stories, you will be getting extracts for explanation, for reference to context. Clear? So, this is how your syllabus has been designed. To summarize the entire syllabus, I'll just say in a nutshell that you have two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. The first paper is of poetry and drama. You have two main ages of the history of English literature, from the history of English literature, and these two ages are the Elizabethan period and the neoclassical period. And all the poems and the play are the ones which were written during these periods. Along with these poems and the play, you have literary terms also. These literary terms were used by the writers of these two ages. So, in total, you have 5 units in the first paper. The first 3 units comprise of poetry. Fourth unit has drama, that is the play As You Like It by William Shakespeare. All these poems and the play are for detailed study. This means that you will be getting reference to context from these poems and the play. Okay. Coming to the second paper. Second paper is of prose and fiction. Prose means you have essays and stories. First 2 units are of essays, that is, you have Lucas, Shaw, Haldane, Priestley, Livingstone, and Huxley here. And the next 2 sections, the third and the fourth unit, you have stories. Essays and stories are for detailed study. It means that you will be getting reference to context from these 4 units. The fifth unit is for non-detailed study because it has the novel The Bachelor of Arts by R.K. Narayan. So you won't get reference to context from this section, from this unit, unit 5th, but you will be getting questions from this section. Okay? So this is the description of your syllabus. Now, as far as your books are concerned, they are available, very much available in the market. So you can get your books, the original text, as well as if you want, you can get the reference books too. So all the best for your first year studies. Thank you.